Hey guys, this is Dinosaur Drawer, and today I'm gonna show you guys how to draw um, this drawing. And this is a sketch of the scene in the movie Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, where the T-Rex kind of kills the Carnotaurus. And I recently just found an app on my mobile phone where you can pose a lot of dinosaurs in different poses and stuff, and you can change their poses, and it's very helpful if you are looking for something to um, to take reference from. And that's actually how I created this pose, and I think it looks pretty okay. So yeah. Okay guys, I'm back, and I might have actually found a way to edit my videos, so this video might be edited a little bit, and there might be some parts of the video in time-lapse, so that way I can make shorter videos, and which I think it will be a little bit more amusing to watch, because not everyone has all the time. Alright, so I'm gonna use the best way to start is to use a lighter pencil. So I'm gonna use well, this is not a lighter pencil, but the tip is a little bit wider, and with a wider tip I can make lighter lines. So I'm gonna start off with drawing his head right here. So I'm gonna start with drawing a circle, and then a line that goes like this, and then something like that. Then I want to make his eyebrow over here, and this will kind of be angled a little bit more like this. So this is the scene of the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom movie, but there is a little bit of a difference in this drawing, because it is in a different it's kind of like a different angle that we see at. So you can't really see too much reference from the movie itself on this one, unless you are great at drawing dinosaurs from your head. Alright, so this line is supposed to be a little bit shorter. And then the other side of his mouth right here. And by the way, you might hear some dogs barking at the background sometimes. Can't really change too much of that, but I hope that it will be okay for now. Alright, so that's again the weird noise my dog makes. Okay, so for his lower jaw it goes down like this, then it goes in like this, just a very short area right here, and then it goes down again like this, and then his gum area and his mouth will be over here, almost straight, and then it will kind of be over here on the other side. and it kind of connects to the other side of the lower jaw, like that. And then his jaw muscle goes kind of like this, then it goes straight, and then it goes kind of like this. So there we have the basic shape of his head done. Now for the neck area, it goes like, it starts over here, goes straight like this, and I'm just going to draw it with a couple of straight lines, and later on I will kind of polish it a little bit more. I might have actually drawn everything a little bit too big, but let's see how it turns out. So this area will be his back, goes kind of straight. His hip area would be over here, goes down like this into his tail, goes up a little bit, and then it kind of goes like this, and it ends over there. So that's for his upper area, the upper area of his body, and then his tail kind of goes like this. So he's kind of angled a little bit more forward with his head, so that means that everything will get smaller and smaller in perspective. So that's the reason why his tail is so short in comparison with the rest. And let's see, I might have made this a little bit too long. And this should be a little bit rounder. Alright, so now for his hip, here would be his right leg. Let's draw the under area of his neck. Kind of look like this, and then this whole area would be his torso. Here would be his shoulder area, or his chest area. Then this would be his belly area, and there would be like a kind of protruding bone over there. And then this area goes kind of like this. Alright. So now for his right leg, kind of ends over here. So over here would be his knee, and then it kind of goes like this, well, maybe a little bit more, a little bit straighter down, and then something like that, but we're gonna go into that later. First I want to get the muscles around his bones. Well, it's not his bones, but his bone structure. And then here we have a very strong and muscular calf muscle that we can clearly see over here. And this leg would kind of go like this. And it looks like his leg is very short, but that's just because of the angle that it's in. Actually, his knee would be over there, so. And I can always polish it up later make it look more accurate and stuff. Alright, so the other knee would be over here in an angle like this, and then we kind of see the end of the calf muscle going like that, and his ankle, and then this leg just goes down to the ground, and he's kind of standing on his toes a little bit, but you can't really see too much of that. Maybe I made it a little bit too, yeah. By the way, I shaped my eraser like a T-Rex. I had a little bit too much spare time left, I guess. Well, that isn't quite true, but still. Alright, so I kind of made a mistake over here. This area is supposed to go down all the way like this. Then over here would be the kind of bump. And then this leg kind of goes like this. The ankle would be over here, and then it goes down. That's a little bit more accurate. So now for his little forearms, which are in quite a strange they are in quite a strange position, to be honest. Let's just finish up the neck, polish it up a little bit more. Alright, so first you want to draw like a cylinder form, like that, and then another one like this, and then his hand would be over here, kind of doing something like this. And let's zoom in on his hand a little bit. Alright, so that's one claw, and then the other one would kind of go like this over there. You can always go back later and change it up a little. Well, let's change it right now, because it's a little bit too, it looks a little bit too long. So I just want it to look a little bit more accurate. So this is gonna be one claw, and the other one would be over there. Alright, this looks a tiny little bit more accurate. I also want it to look more accurate in the muscle kind of way, so I'm gonna build up a little bit more muscles, and then I want it to look a little bit more accurate. So it looks a little bit more accurate right now, I think. So we can now go over to the other arm, which would be over here. And just kind of try and copy it, but it's gonna be a little bit smaller because it's on the other side. So just a little bit of difference there, not too much. And try and copy the little hands. So those are angled a little bit more. Well, let's just, I think I put the hands on the wrong place. This hand is supposed to be a little bit more angled like this, and also a little bit smaller. It was a little bit too big, so I'm gonna angle it down a little bit more like this, or just a little bit of on a different pose, because the other arm is supposed to be over here and it should be visible a little bit better. Circle on that. One claw, and the second one would be over there. Alright, that looks pretty good. I want to erase this a little bit better. So, alright, and then this arm goes like this, circle on the end. Alright, that looks pretty good in my opinion. That's gonna be okay. I think this will do. So now we can start to focus on the Carnotaurus. So the Carnotaurus, the head of the Carnotaurus would be over here. So I'm just going to be drawing in the shape of his jaw, kind of like that, and then this goes kind of like this, and then over here we have a iris with a kind of like a horn, the Carnotaurus horn. Well, it's supposed to be a little bit more like this, I guess. A little bit more like that, and then over here would be the gum area, and then his lower jaw kind of goes like this, and then it goes like that, and then over here would be his lower jaw, and the end of it. And I guess that this is a little bit off, so it's supposed to be a little bit longer. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Alright, so this would be his whole lower jaw and everything. Then let's finish up his upper jaw. And actually his lower jaw is supposed to go over here, so that's probably what I did wrong here. Let me erase it again. I want to have it just right. Well, something like that, I suppose. Then we have his neck area over here. And then the toes of the T-Rex would be going right through here. One toe over there. And then the other one would be over here. like that. And you would kind of see the muscles of the T-Rex over there. Alright, then for the chest area, which would be over here, somewhere over here. And this would indeed be his neck. And this area is going to be completely shadowed, by the way. Let's see. And then his body kind of goes like this. We have a leg over here, and his tail would be going like this. It's also getting smaller and smaller and shorter and shorter. Alright, so then over here would be his belly area. And we would see one leg kind of like this. This would be his knee. Shin muscle over there. And then his ankle over here. And this foot is kind of going toward the camera, which makes it look bigger and bigger. One toe over here. One toe over here. And one toe over here. And then over here would be his heel. Alright, and then the other leg would be going this way, but we first have to draw in the toes. So there's going to be one over here. Then there's going to be one over here. And then there's going to be one over here, and then it just kind of goes like this. And this is going to be very hard if you want to draw it accurate. I don't think I'm going to get it as accurate as this, more accurate than what I have right now, so I'm just going to stick with what I have for now. And maybe I can always go back later and polish it up a little bit more. So yeah, then this shin goes like this. And then over here we would have his ankle already. So pay attention to that. And then just below his ankle would be the dew nail, dew claw, and then we would have the toes already. Maybe these would be a little bit more straight, I don't know. Maybe they... This one would go like 1, 2, and then a claw. And then the last one would kind of go like that. So it looks terrible right now, I'm sorry. Just gonna angle my paper a little bit so that I can get the way that it's supposed to look a little bit better. 1, 2, and a claw. And then over here as well. This one starts over here. 1, 2, and a claw. And then the last one would be over here. More a bit like that. Looks a lot better. And then let's just redo this one as well. Can't really talk too much right now because I'm trying to think how it would look in a more three-dimensional way. Without it looking too strange or deformed in any way. Alright, so I have to adjust the way that the ankle is actually right now, so I can kind of fit everything into place. So yeah, it might look a little bit strange for now. Well, it does look a little bit strange for now. It's not like it might look a little bit strange, it already does. But I think once I get everything right, it will look a little bit better. It's a little bit harder to draw on a larger scale compared to with the sketch, because the sketch was on a way smaller scale than this one. Alright, so here will be the first arm. Kind of going like this. Then we have 4 small fingers. And I'm gonna leave them completely white as they are right now. Because the belly of this dinosaur will be very darkened. And then the other arm would be over here, because he's laying down. It's more like it's kind of pressed against the ground a little bit. And then we have to draw in all those little fingers again. Alright, those are all in there. And I'm still not happy with the way this looks. It looks terrible. I'm gonna erase it and I'm gonna redo it. So this goes like this. Let's first draw in his bones, his bone structure. And then his foot would be going like this. Kind of something like this. And this is going to be very hard to draw actually. Just gonna adjust it the way that I think that it looks the best, instead of following my reference, because I can't draw good enough to follow that reference yet. And there we are. I think I managed to do it without it looking too weird. Alright, so this is gonna be it. Yeah, this is basically gonna be it. So I want to adjust this a little bit because this doesn't look quite right either. So this would be his bottom jaw, this area over here. Then his jaw kind of goes like this, and then his jaw kind of goes like that. Alright, this looks a little bit better, because I would think that his jaw goes like this. Something like that. We have a couple of spiky scales right there somewhere. Okay. So now we need to figure out where the eyes are at. And by the way, in this video I'm not gonna say, well, yeah, I'm not gonna do a second part, because I think that I can get every part together somehow in the editing program. So, and there will be a lot of time lapse while drawing in the shadow and everything. So yeah, okay. Hey guys, so yeah, like I said, I found a way to edit my videos, and this video took me quite a long time to do. It took me 3 hours. No, not. I think it took me 2 hours um, to do this video, and that's quite a bit longer than the videos that I normally make, because normally my videos only take like 1 hour in total, maybe a little bit longer than that, but that's just for the tutorial purpose. So the first part of this video was actually a tutorialistic kind of thing, but now we are at the second part of the video, and this will all be time-lapse. And yeah, it's pretty hard to make a video which would be under 1 hour, and actually make a tutorialistic drawing, because normally my videos take like 1 hour in total, maybe a little bit longer than 1 hour, to make a decent drawing. But I want to put out a little bit of better content. And by the way, you might have noticed that the head just appeared drawn in, but I actually forgot to press the record button right there, so I already did part of the head, and yeah, that's a shame that I can't really show you too much of the head, but you will be able to see a lot more detail. Sorry, my dog is making a lot of noise. So, but you will be able to see a lot more detail being done on his head, because I'm not completely done on his head. So you will probably see a little bit more scales on his lip, and just a couple more little scales and everything, like what I'm doing right now. And so yeah, I'm basically just now trying to figure out where all the shadows are, and I'm basically darkening in the shadow area completely. like what you're seeing right now. I'm just making it completely black, and that's more, it looks more like a comic book styled, comic figure styled drawing. And yeah, because normally when you try to make your drawing as realistic as possible, um, you kind of try and fade the shadow in with the light as good as you can, or the light fade the light in with the shadow as good as you can. But in my case, I am trying to just exaggerate all the shadow areas and exaggerate all the lighter areas, and it kind of looks, with extreme darks and extreme lights, and I think it kind of looks awesome this way, but that's just my opinion. So yeah, I'm just, what I also do a lot in this video is I try and use a little bit of cross hatching lines, and I don't use the complete cross hatching lines. I just use a couple of lines that go with the shape of the dinosaur or with the creature that you're drawing, and that way you kind of have a little bit of the shadow fading in with the lighter areas, so that it doesn't look uh, it doesn't look as extreme as you might think. So yeah, now I'm just drawing a couple of details on his foot. You see his toes there, and he is standing on the Carnotaurus. So if you didn't know it yet, I probably already mentioned it in the first part of this video, well, the first section of this video, that this is actually a scene from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and it's slightly in a different angle. Normally you would stand, well, the camera would be a little bit more to the left in this shot, but I decided to go with this angle on it because I just really wanted to draw it this way. And also I know that a lot of other YouTubers, other artists on YouTube made the same scene as well, so um, I wanted to go with a little bit of a different angle on it, just like Beanie's version, but this is not the same angle as Beanie's version. uh, Beanie is also working on a version. I think he already uploaded it on Instagram, so I'm pretty sure that it will be on YouTube soon, and it's a drawing of the same scene, I think, as this one. And so yeah, now the T-Rex is basically done, and I'm going and moving on to the Carnotaurus. So in my opinion, the Carnotaurus in this drawing looks uh, not as good as my sketch of this drawing, because the sketch is a little bit, the Carnotaurus sketch was a little bit better on the on the sketch version. And also I started off way too dark, so the head of the Carnotaurus was a little bit too dark in this drawing, so I had to go over it with an eraser, um, just to make it a little bit lighter. But I think that it didn't turn out too dark, at least. So yeah, and now you can just see me drawing in a couple of smaller details on the teeth and everything, and I'm trying to find out where the shadow would be over here. And I wasn't really happy with the way that his left foot looks, because it's supposed to be more into the shot of the camera pointed at the, well, at the drawer or the viewer, and it didn't really I didn't really did a great job on that, but the rest of the drawing, in my opinion, looks pretty nice. That's the only thing that really irritates me. I know, I mean, um, when you actually made something like a drawing, and you are pretty proud of it, normally over time you look back at your drawing and you see the little mistakes, and you just kind of think, uh, you kind of think to yourself that if you would do it again, you would do it better. and those little mistakes would be a piece of cake. So that's probably the way that a lot of people view their artworks. They look back at it and they say, if I'm gonna draw this again, I will change this or I will change that. But I think that that's also what makes your artwork really your artwork. I mean, something that you can be proud of, and that's what it makes it. That's what makes it art, I guess. But we are at the end of the video, and I just wanted to say that if you liked the video, leave a like, comment below what you think about the video and the drawing in general, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss a single video. This was Science the Drawer, and goodbye.